All right, welcome. If you guys are interested in stock market technical analysis and trade ideas before the trades actually trigger, then that's what this channel is all about. So we're going to get right into the charts. Starting out with triple Qs, we've been waiting for a sell signal on the tech sector and waiting for a reason to get short tech. One of the things that I'm really watching is the negative divergence that's been building. You can see it right here. Let me grab the right tool. You can see the negative divergence that has been building on triple Qs. Each new high that triple Qs has made has been a divergent high, and we really started putting in that negative divergence back here in December area. But this is a divergent high, we got a correction. There's a divergent high, we got a correction. And we have another new divergent high right here and now. You can see here on the PPO, we're starting to confirm that negative divergence. See the bearish crossover on the PPO? So again, we're making and also on the RSI right here, it's also pointed down. So it's confirming the negative divergence, meaning we made a new high in price, but momentum is not able to make a new high. It's actually making a lower high in momentum. That is negative divergence. That tells us that we need to look for the downside. The probability is more to the downside. Now, if you go to the hourly chart, I've been watching this bearish rising wedge pattern on the hourly chart, and we're looking for a downside break or a bearish breakdown to give us a sell signal. You can see here as I zoom in, we're starting to get that today. We're below the trend and we are starting to break down. It's not super impulsive yet. And there is earnings on the tech stocks are coming up here shortly. So to see a breakdown in tech right before the major earnings, the FANG stocks report, is a little bit suspect. So keep an eye on that. Again, what I want to see into the close to help confirm this sell signal, I want to see selling into the close. If they're able to buy it and rally it back up and close it pretty close to this support zone or this trend line here, then we can't consider that a valid sell signal. We need impulsive selling, more selling coming in. That's what you want to look for. So right now we're below the trend line. We are breaking down, but it's not impulsive yet. So again, look for more impulsive selling to confirm a sell signal. Going back to the daily, we've got some downside targets to watch. Obviously, we have the former highs right there, 342. It's about 342.60. I would say would be the first target at least. So we'll watch that. But again, need to see that sell signal for today. Okay, and then the S&P 500 is selling off. But again, it's going to likely just trade with the Qs. So the Qs has been the strength in the market, while the rest of the market has pretty much been going sideways or down. Again, financials broke trend, the industrials broke trend. Really just the FANG stocks have been keeping this market kind of grinding higher. And we're really looking for some downside in the general markets, but watching those Qs. So again, SPY selling off. Things to watch, if Q starts to sell off, then I think SPY is going to come down to this red trend line right here. We do have some support right here at 425.65, but a break below that, we should head down to about 418. That trend line is your big major trend line going all the way back to 2009. So here's a weekly chart. Here's 2009. You can see all the times we held support through here, and then we broke. It was resistance, and then recently we've overshot that, so we've been above that trend line again. But again, if they break it back down and it hits that should be support. But things to watch. If we, for some reason, and this is going to happen in the next weeks, months, if it even happens at all, but if we break back below this trend line, then and that is really going to mean that we basically had a false breakout or a bull trap. This price action would have been an overshoot, a bull trap, and likely means that we've seen the top of this this decade-long bull market. We saw the high, we saw the top. Bigger picture stuff, nothing's really playing out yet, but things to watch in the coming weeks to months. Let's look at the individual trade ideas. We're getting a sell signal on this one just today. This is American Eagle. AEO is the symbol. And basically, what we have is a clear uptrend line on the daily chart. We have negative divergence that's been building up here at the highs. So each one of these new highs has been a divergent high. And we're getting a break of the trend line support just today. So far today, the selling's, we're selling down. I want to see selling really into the close. I want to see just continued selling throughout the day. That would be a sell signal. I did take a short on this one, and I'm looking for that sell signal to trigger. First level of support on this one is about 30.64. We've got another level right down there at 26.08. So we'll watch those levels for right now. But so far today, we are getting that sell signal. Ally Bank, again, the financials have broke trend. They broke trend a couple weeks ago, and we've just been kind of trading sideways. This one's been going sideways for a while, but you can see we basically have big sell signal right there. The first leg down right there. We move down, we kind of consolidate, and I think we're going to resume to the downside like that. So I'm looking for more downside. Technically, nothing's changed in this. I'm still short Ally, and it still looks good for more downside. So next level of major support is right about 43.32. And then we've got a level of support down here at about 33.62. So we'll just watch those. So far, it's good. Here's Abercrombie and Fitch, ANF. More selling today. Again, just looks like we're starting a downtrend. So there's your uptrend line in ANF. Big negative divergence. And continuing to sell down. We did a back test right up here. I have it circled. And that was a divergent high as well. We came in, made a new high in price. But we back tested that trend line and we got rejected right there. And we've been selling off ever since. So that was an objective area to short. I talked about it on this channel. And moving on. Boyd Gaming. So again, it's obvious now to people, I think, that this is downtrending. It was not obvious to people all through here, but it's obvious now. But again, at the moment when it's obvious, that's not usually the time you want to be shorting something. So again, here's Boyd Gaming. I talked about this trade for weeks when we were uptrending all through here, telling it looked like a good short trade. We had negative divergence right there. There's your last divergent high, and there was your sell signal right there. So this is where I shorted it. And again, I teach all these concepts I teach in my technical analysis course, and I teach you how to spot these trades. Link in the description below. It's a $99 course for about 5 or 6 hours going through all these various concepts in detail. It's well worth it. Check it out. But again, here's where I shorted this Boyd Gaming. And again, nothing technically changed to get me off this short. So we backtest, we pop, and now we're clearly downtrending. So the selling's getting more impulsive now, which is to be expected because people are realizing that we're downtrending, so they're starting to sell down. Next level of support about 50.81. Looks like we're heading straight down there. Maybe we'll get there today. Okay, CAR Avis Budget Group, which is CAR. Again, this one, nothing's technically changed. We're just consolidating sideways right here. So we need to take out the lows, but I think it'll happen. We have negative divergence up here. We broke trend. There's your bullish trend. We broke trend. So I'm looking for the next level of support to be about, I'm not exactly sure why I have this line right here. I think it's the level of support's right about there. Which is 62.60, we'll call it, as the next level of support. So looking for that. John Deere, again, here's your uptrend line on the daily. We broke trend. There's your sell signal. This is where I shorted it up here. And we make a move down, counter trend bounce right into resistance, got rejected, and we're just continuing to move down. So looking for us to come down to 318. It's about 319. A tag of that, and the target for this one I think is all the way down here at about 266.84, maybe even all the way down here at 181. But again, first things first, we got to get down to this level here at 318, 319-ish. Okay, this one's interesting. EMR. So this is an industrial stock. You have a clear uptrend line on the daily. We had a sell signal, big clean sell signal right there. And this counter trend bounce is designed to shake you off this sell signal. I think that's, so the way you have to look at it is big institutions are long, they'll be long, the big long trend. Then a big sell signal comes and they're still long. Well, they want to get out of that long position. So they'll buy it up, counter trend bounce as the shorts start, the shorts that took this sell signal start exiting because I think they're wrong. those big institutions are taking those positions, or they're using this bounce to get out of their long position. And then once that move has taken place, you see the resumption of the downtrend. So looking for a break of, right now I'm just looking for a break of this kind of flag right here, a bearish break to the downside. And I'm expecting this to head down to 87.19 as the first level of support. Another level is 83.22, and then all the way down here potentially at 72. That would probably be the final move on that one. GM, again, this one's just starting to break to the downside. So again, you have an upward channel, we have a negative divergence, and we got a sell signal right here on the daily chart. So we sold down to the first level of support, 54.57. Need to take that out. We did a counter trend bounce into the trend line again, and then we're heading back down to the support, 54.60 area. We take that out, we should be a pretty swift move down to about 46.82. And that's a good level of support on that one. So I might just, I'll probably cover my trade down there at that one. That's likely going to be the end of that move. And I am short this one. JCI, this one's very similar to EMR. It's been relatively strong on this counter trend bounce. But again, there's your uptrend line. We broke trend. We had a sell signal right here. And there's your counter trend bounce. I am expecting it one of these days. It's been kind of grinding higher, but I'm expecting a big move down and start the downtrend. We're not seeing that quite yet. We kind of are grinding higher on this one, but I am looking for it. And the reason why I'd expect it, we have clear negative divergence, just big negative divergence. So there's a divergent high, there's a new one, that's a divergent high. So we now have another divergent high right here. We should fail right in this area. I would expect us to break down. LPX, this one's breaking down. This is an industrial stock. So again, this is a trade I've pointed out for weeks, but here's an uptrend line right there. You have a head and shoulders top, and we got the sell signal right there. So this is where I shorted it, and we came down, hit support, bounced off support, had a multi-week reaction, and now we're resuming to the downside. So it's obvious now we're making a new low. It's selling off impulsively. It's obvious that this is downtrending. But again, to me, it was obvious that this was going to head down when we got the sell signal with this big negative divergence. So this is where I'm positioned short and, moving lower. So next level of support on this one is about 49.15. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't get there. And then we could potentially get all the way down to 34.13. All right, that would be the end of the move on that one, about 34.13. MGM, again, selling down. It's obvious now that we're moving down. We got a level of support right here at 36.66, and then another level at 33. It's about 34. But again, there's your uptrend line. I talked about this trade for a while. There's your each divergent high that we made. We finally got a sell signal or a break of trend right there, and we're starting a downtrend. And that downtrend's resuming today. I'm keeping an eye on Starbucks. I'm not short this one yet. I'd like to see a little bit higher prices. Again, here's your uptrend line on Starbucks on the daily chart. We have negative divergence, so this is a divergent high and this is a divergent high, so it could sell off any minute. Any day now it could sell off. I'm just, I'm thinking we might get one final push up here, hit this trend line, and this is the area I want to short at. Up in the if we can get a tag of that trend line. I might not get the opportunity. And if I don't get a good entry, then I'll just probably, move on and look for other stocks to trade. But that's what I'm thinking. So not shorting this one yet, although, it has a good setup for a short trade. Schwab, SCHW. So again, we got the sell signal on Schwab really back here, basically back here on June 10th. But here's your uptrend line in that one. Divergent high. So you see the negative divergence right there. There's your divergent high. So we broke trend, we bounced, we're making lower lows and lower highs. So there's your high. Again, we're right at support right now, but I think we're going to break. Might not happen today, but we are likely going to continue lower down to 62.17 as the next level of support. Below that, we've got 51.67. So those are levels I'm watching. This is a big one, and probably the final target would be that 51.70 area. But it looks like we're downtrending and heading lower. C's, this is SEAS, SeaWorld. This one's just starting. There's your uptrend line in SeaWorld. Negative divergence building up here at the high. We got a break of trend right there, just kind of hanging out. So nothing's technically changed. We just need to, we need to continue the break. We need to see that impulsive break to the downside. And we just don't have that yet. So got to give that one some more room. Toll Brothers just continuing to sell off, clearly downtrending. There was your uptrend right there. We had negative divergence building at the high. We got a clean sell signal. We did back tested once, back tested twice, and we've been downtrending ever since. So, you can see we're clearly downtrending. Next level of support is at 50.36. It looks like that seems like a pretty good level of support. So, I'll probably cover my trade on this one down here. So far, it's if you took the trade right here, you're profitable by almost 10% now. So I think another 5-6% down to here. And I'm likely going to cover this one. There's always potential for more downside. There is a good level of support right down here at 40.70. So that is a possibility as well. And Tesla starting to break this daily trend line right here. Not super impulsive yet. So you want to see selling into the close. And if you don't get that, it's just not good enough to say that we're continuing the downtrend. We are clearly in a downtrend. Here was your high, and we're making lower lows and lower highs. So I think we're going to continue that downtrend down to 460 is the next level of support. I don't see any indication that that's not going to happen, but I don't know if it's going to break today. So look for the selling into the close, see if you get that. So let's flip over to some of these gold stocks because I am long these. They're selling off a little bit today too. Couple things to look at. Gold bullion is selling off, but nothing looks like it's really changed. We're still, we're above that 1790 support. You can see we tested it for a while. We held support. They tested it many times, and we started to lift off that. Selling off a little today, but, still above that support. So I don't see any technical change in the fact that this looks bullish to me. Going back, you can see here's your bull market in gold. You've got support here and here. We hit it again. We've held. So until we see a break of that, I am bullish. The miners could come down a little more. Again, this is GDX. So this was the big correction. Starting in August of 2020, we had a nice big long correction down here. And we finally broke out right there. We did have some bullish divergence. So this was a divergent low. And then we broke trend. There's your buy signal, basically. We back tested that trend line. It moved higher. We could come in for another back test. So I've got it circled down here. We could sell off over the next couple weeks and come in for another back test. Again, that would be a major area of support. And if we come down to this 31.36 area, that's a good level of support. As I roll out, you can see there it is. That was major resistance here, here, and here. And then once we broke above, it's been support ever since. So support all through here, support right there. So if we sell off and hit it again, it's just another level of major support. That's the area I'd be interested in buying or adding to positions. That could happen. So some of the miners look good and like they're right at their support zone. Some look like they could sell off a little more. I'll kind of, I can do a separate mining video if you guys are interested. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment letting me know if you want me to do a separate mining video. Otherwise, that's really all I have for today. So leave me a thumbs up on your guys' way out. Check out the course if you haven't done so, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.